Hi everyone, this is Wan Chen. Today I would like to use Screencast-O-Matic to talk about my reflection towards part 3, supporting students with feedbacks. To start off with, let's talk about the correlation between descriptive feedback and assessment of learning. So assessment of learning is a summative form of assessment or a measure to assess students' performance during the final period, like after a unit, to assess if students have grasped the content knowledge, if they have meet the curriculum expectations. So feedbacks or descriptive feedbacks is when what teachers provide to the students or students can provide to each other, like peer assessments. And teachers and students, during any type of feedbacks or assessments, they should be sharing a common understanding of what is being learned, the learning goals, and what constitutes the success criteria in the learning. If possible, we want to encourage the co-creating of success criteria, so that way students feel that they're taking ownership of their learning as well. And there are 3 keys to the effective descriptive feedbacks, which is structure, focus, and amount. So when speaking of structures, that is mean that we want to explicitly point out what was done well first to set the positive tone and what needs improvement and how to improve, what specific steps they can take to improve. Speaking of focus, that is to relate the feedback and back to the learning goals and success criteria, which was shared from the very beginning. And finally, the amount, that is to prioritize the most important information or the needs. We want to make sure the students are clear and limit those improvements or important needs to 2 to 3 specific improvement steps or recommendations related to the learning goal. So students won't feel overwhelmed, and it's just more ideal to utilize those 3 keys when providing feedbacks. The ultimate goal is for students to develop self-assessment and peer assessment skills, because the primary responsibility falls on themselves as they grow older. They have to learn to assess their own learning and provide feedbacks to their peers during the learning journey. They have to learn the specific actions they need to take on in order to improve and plan for next step, to set their short and long-term learning goals with clarity and realism. So speaking of the benefits of screencasts, it allows teachers to duplicate their presence in short video-based lessons. Each student can control their own pace. They can pause, they can rewind and slow the narration speed when watching or reviewing the content. Especially for ELL learners, they can pause and do all these things to the short video-based lessons, which is not possible if it's in an ongoing kind of class setting. And even outside of the regular class times, they can watch the videos to deepen their understandings or to pause to look into the dictionaries and etc. So especially, or sometimes for those students that missed a lesson or important piece of information, teachers can use screencasts to showcase a short lesson, so that way make sure no one is left out. And now I would like to use this to demonstrate a lesson, like how to utilize. So by the way, this is a reference for the discussion. So in this lesson, just a really simple demonstration, I would like to talk about Chinese New Year. 2008, which is the year of the dog. So pretend we are all maybe grade 3 or grade 2s. So hello everyone. Today we will be talking about Chinese New Year and some facts about why do we celebrate the Lunar New Year. Okay, so to start off with, let's find out some facts about the tradition. So it's usually the first day of the first month of the lunar calendar, which is different from the calendar we use now. Okay, so that means the date of the new year can fall anywhere between January and February. The New Year celebration lasts for 14 days, and on the 15th day, which is followed by the Lantern Festival. So it's the biggest and the most important holiday or the festival with more than 4,000 years of history. It is meant for family gathering, celebrating the past hardworking year and welcome the new year. And so in 2018, it's a year of the dog, which is the 11th animal in the Chinese zodiac. There are 12 animals in total. So the origin of the lesson, this holiday started from the legend. Okay, so the Nian monster was an evil monster that ravaged the village on a winter night, and then the monster would return every year to ravage the village again. So the villagers, they got together and came up with a plan, that is to use red decorative objects and lightning firecrackers to scare away the monster. So the plan actually worked, and then people celebrate the joy for days. And gradually, the monster no longer comes, but people turned that into a tradition to celebrate and celebration. So that's the origin of this New Year celebration. So some preparations for the holiday, for example, houses are cleaned from top to bottom to get rid of any bad lucks from the old year, and new clothes must be bought for children, and plenty of foods are being prepared to symbolize a nourished upcoming year. And people would decorate houses with red-themed objects. For example, this image here showing, so you see the lanterns, and the traditional symboled objects will hang around in the house. And New Year couplets, which is this one showing you here, would hang or would be sticked onto each side of the wall, and one across on the door with the Fu character, usually staying in the middle. So there are Chinese characters on the New Year red couplets, which is also called Chunlian. So that symbolize New Year wishes, and good wishes for the upcoming year. And during the holiday, people would give out red envelopes to younger children, and symbolizes the prosperity into the new year. The amount enclosed is usually lucky number. For example, 66, 88, or sometimes nowadays even 888. And families and friends would get together for dinners, and relatives would visit each other. And firecrackers are set off to keep away the misfortunes, just like the Nian monster. Okay, so it's a symbol. And dragon dance will be performed during the Lantern Festival. So we know that the holiday this celebration lasts for 14 days, and each day is based on a different theme. Okay. For example, I think the first day is just for family, blood-related family members to sit together and eat dumplings. The second day is to visit, and the third day is for to visit the father and mother-in-law of the wives. Actually, sorry, for the husband to visit the wife's mother and father. Okay, so first day, the wife stay with the husband's mom and dad. So this is just to show the demonstration of how can we utilize Screencast-O-Matic to deliver a lesson. Okay, and don't forget here the references for the PowerPoint slides. So, okay, so thank you.